It is what he does. He's a storm chaser. He goes into the towards the tornado when everybody else is running away from it. He goes towards the eye of the hurricane when people are evacuating. He's a friend of us here at Breakfast Television.
Joining us now live on the couch and not in the eye of the storm is storm chaser George Kourounis. Good to see you. I'm surprised you're here.
It's killing me. I'm the only person that wishes they were in Florida right now.
You have engagements, or else you would be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you have been there, and we've been watching with interest all weekend long the people who are there reporting on this storm. And you've done reports for us in the past as well. So if you take a look at what they're putting themselves through, a lot of people are sort of looking at them and saying, on one hand, you're telling everybody to evacuate and don't go outside and don't be there, so why are you showing what not to do?
Well, here's the thing, is that people need to understand how dangerous these storms can be. And the only way for a lot of people to really comprehend that is to see it and see how strong these winds can be. And the only way to do that is to put cameras there. So it may seem silly and frivolous to put these reporters in harm's way, but at the same time, they're doing a pretty substantial service.
They are putting their lives at risk, though. I mean, that's safe to say. It doesn't take a large object to injure them. It could be a falling coconut.
So, well, let's look right now. What we see is this, but what precautions are camera crews taking that we may not see?
So notice how the camera is not moving around a lot. The camera it's in the lee side of a building or something like that, so the wind is protecting the crew. They send the reporter out in front of the camera for a few moments at a time when they're about to do their live hit, and then as soon as they're done, they dash back in. And what you can do is position yourself in a place where there's not a lot of debris upwind. So if you're near the ocean, you're not going to have a piece of a tree or a brick hitting you if there's nothing but ocean. So there are little tricks like that that make it look more dangerous than it actually is.
For people who are in the eye of the storm or anticipating it right now, what advice do you give them? Obviously, do not go outside.
Exactly. Listen to the authorities. Really, it's not worth it. If you don't know exactly what you're doing, you can put yourself into a lot of danger. It's not that the wind is blowing, it's what the wind is blowing, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Little pieces of gravel can feel like bullets hitting you in the face, things like that.
So, some police agencies are saying the most dangerous times they have of storms is after it's gone and people come out of their houses.
Yes, you've got downed electrical lines, you've got gas leaks, you have all kinds of debris with nails sticking out of it. So there's lots of injuries that you can incur even after the storm is long gone. Blue sky. You could have a power cable sitting in a puddle. You step into it, you're electrocuted.
There's much debate about why are there so many, and then you see, the flooding in India and the earthquake in Mexico. Some are attributing this to the warmer oceans and global warming. Can you speak to that at all in your decades of covering these storms? Do they seem more frequent?
Here's the thing. The Earth is a dynamic place. It's constantly changing, and the weather is part of that. However, at the same time, for every degree warmer that we get in the atmosphere, it can hold 7% more water. That's a lot of rain. That's a lot of energy for these storms.
And we've seen in climate change that we have increased a degree or 2 degrees. Therefore, it may not seem like a lot, 7%, but then we look at 14%.
That's a lot.
And then it goes up to 21%. And that's a lot more water. Tons.
And we're seeing oceans being, like the shoreline, being literally swept into the storm, and all you see is these dolphins that are stranded, right?
Yeah. And that's actually the most dangerous part of these hurricanes is the storm surge, and it's that lump of seawater that gets pushed ashore, and that's what we're seeing in Miami yesterday. Because Miami was on the windward side of the hurricane, so all that seawater just got pushed ashore, bringing dolphins, fish, whatever with it, and then taking everything out when it leaves.
Right. George Kourounis, at George Kourounis on Twitter. Thank you very much. Stay safe.
I try.
And we'll be talking to you the next major event.
Thank you.
Thanks, George.